Hi, guys, and good evening, creeps. Hi, guys and creeps. Welcome to another episode of Smoking with the Fucking Trolls. Okay, so anyway, guys, I just wanted to just jump on here. If any, I really just wanted to give you an update on the channel. I want you guys to go check out the Goddess Fifi '08. I'm about to start begging for subscribers for the Goddess Fifi. I might start doing some lives on the Goddess Fifi, some live witchcraft shit. I haven't decided yet for the Goddess Fifi. I'm at about 100. Hey, Frank Henderson, love you, babe. You're always showing me love. What's up? Okay, okay, hi, Miss Chokes, can you explain why are you still mad at me, Miss Chokes? Watch this little squabble. If you watched the live earlier, me and Miss Chokes was just squabbling. Hey, Michael Stevens, how is Megs? Hey, Michael Stevens, how is Megs? Okay. B is actually always asking. Okay, this is family chat time. I got to talk to my daughter Megs. Okay, family chat time. I want to. Okay, here's the thing. Okay, thank you, Miss Chokes. I accept your apology. Miss Chokes just apologized. Okay. Okay, so what's going on with okay, B is looking for Megs. Okay, I've been a little hesitant to contact you because she wants Ash and Megs to dress alike. She wants to I need Meg's shoe size. There's some cute little beanie baby flip-flops that I want to get for Ash and Megs. And when they go to the park, if they do get to go to the park, she needs okay. No, Frank, everything is fine. Everything is good. I talked to the CPS today. Okay. So what happened was I had to okay, let me talk to let me talk Frank, your message got retracted. You need to retype it. Okay, so Mr. Stevens, Ash's grandmother wants Megs to come over, but she wants them to dress alike. She says that she wants to make it easier for her to identify them if they run off and get on the slides together. I need to have Meg's shoe size. I can't buy the shoes without knowing what size she wears. So she wants them to wear red and white with the Beanie Baby flip flops. Thank you, Kofifi. She said Ash is a cutie pie. Megs is a cutie pie too, but she's not allowed to get on the camera. So okay, so I need to talk to you on some type of way so that I could know Meg's sizes. I'm serious about sending her the clothes and the shoes, and I just need to know her size. So, Megs, I want to send you a box of some clothes and some shoes so that you can go and see Ash. Okay, Frank, I'm about to talk to you real quick about the CPS. You're asking me, so I'm about to talk to you. Okay, I need her shoe size. So Megs, Ash is wanting to see you, and she really does want to see you. We discuss it all the time. Oh, what they can do together, and she is still around the corner from you on George Jenkins. She's still down the street on George Jenkins. So whenever we can get this together, she does want to see Megs. Ash wants to see Megs, and so does B. She wants to see Megs. Okay, so Frank, let me tell you something about the CPS real quick, so I could calm your nerves. My daughter Ash is with her grandmother. She's right there in the old neighborhood. She just two like a block down. I talked to the CPS today. I was concerned about because I have to do some little counseling, just some little punk ass counseling sessions. They want to make sure that I'm, whatever. So I was concerned about where the counseling facilities was going to be. I wanted to make sure it was outpatient and that I could do teleservices. And that was the only thing that held me back from accepting the agreement. to, it's called a case plan action strategy plan. And I just have to take some counseling sessions. Nothing is wrong with me. I'm fine. I just don't want to be punked out and have somebody pile medications on me. So I told the lady from CPS. I said, because I want to protect myself. I don't want to take nobody's medications. So I asked the social worker. I said, is it okay for me to get a medical marijuana card? Would that be, because they do give medical marijuana cards to people that they think got some issues. Okay, she told me that, because I wanted to make sure that I wasn't going to be dragged in from some random screenings. She said it was required that you would be doing random drug screenings, but we found that you don't do drugs. So the thing on the case plan action about the drugs, just ignore that. But if you do get a medical marijuana card, just have a copy of it, and that will constitute for medications if you get the medical marijuana card. So I'm about to call on Monday to the medical marijuana facility, and I'm gonna make sure that. Thank you, Frank. I'm gonna make sure that I get a medical marijuana card. A medical marijuana is hey Foghorn. If somebody is demanding that you take medications, if you are, let me give the girls something, or the dads, if you ever get investigated by the CPS, don't ever take nobody's medications. Don't, because they're just going to kill you with that. Ask if you could take a herbal alternative. And the herbal, if you're in Florida, the herbal alternative is marijuana. As you can see, I like to smoke weed and blunts and cigars. So my medication of choice is going to be some goddamn weed, blunts, and marijuana. I am going to apply for my medical marijuana card, and I'm going to apply on Monday. Yeah. So what I'm saying is, and I'll just touch on this very gently. If Nina Unrated wanted to get her child back, she could even, and if they suspected her of drugs, she could even get a medical marijuana card, and then just actually smoke. Oh, Meg's shoe size is 7. Okay, thank you. Thank you, Mr. Stevens. Okay, Meg's shoe size is 7. Okay. Okay, I needed that. I know about how big she is. What's her clothes size? What size shirt and shoes? What size shirt and pants does she want? Thank you, Chokes. We'll touch on Nina. Thank you, Megs and Mr. Stevens. I got your shoe size. I saw some cute little beanie babies, flip-flops for Megs and Ash. I saw them at Ash's size, but I didn't see them in Megs. I want to get them at the same time so that they match. So they got matching outfits. Okay, so what happened was, we'll talk about Nina real quick. First of all, the stuff that Nina is saying, Nina Unrated, when I first heard her talking about how she had got her son taken from her, Ash wasn't even born when the first time I heard Nina Unrated. No, it's an old scam. First time I heard of Nina Unrated complaining about her child, Ash wasn't even thought of. Ash wasn't even born. Her son Maximus, I think, is 7 or 8 or 9 years old. Not Meg's. Ash is about to turn 5 in December. So so Maximus is quite a years older than Ash. But I'm a loving person, and I do care about people. And when somebody is telling you a tragic story of a loss of that tragic magnitude, yeah, Chokes, I think she adopted her son out. But why is she constantly crying about this bullshit? She might be regretting her actions. She might be in a series of regret. I mean, I don't know this woman, but I don't know Nina Unrated. We come from the same neck of the woods, but I don't know Nina Unrated personally. But when somebody is just lying and crying like that, and they're just telling lies on a tragedy. It just disturbs me, because why are you doing that? You're actually getting innocent people involved in a tragic story that doesn't add up. It's just a false narrative of bizarre nonsense. Hey, Ari's love. When somebody is talking and they're just I guess she just wants the views, but you know, when somebody is actually drawing the audience in, let me tell you something about human nature. When somebody is drawing the audience in on a false narrative of human tragedy and disaster, always there's going to be people that have a heart, that feel um it rusty. Rusty, thank you, Chokes. I do tell the truth. I'm a truthful person. I used to lie about my eye color, and I used to lie about my age, but those were just vanity lies. That when you tell a vanity lie, that means that you ain't got no responsibility to tell nobody the truth. When you're telling vanity lies, if you just say that your eye color is real, or your hair color is real, or your age is 20 when you're 30, those are just simple little white vanity lies, which means that you don't have a moral obligation to give somebody yeah, you don't have a when you tell lies about your age, you could be doing it for safety and security reasons. If you're lying about your eye color, you could just be doing it for vanity reasons. And then it's just your own little ego trip. Okay, it's personal. Okay. It's personal. When somebody walks up to you and asks you, "Hey, are your eyes real?" You don't have a moral obligation to give them any truthful statements, because it's a private matter. That's a personal thing. So if you decide to give them false information, you could be doing that to protect yourself. So you're not morally obligated to give anybody your age, your name, your actual physical situation. You don't know what they want that information for. And you don't just give, like when you go through the drive-through at Burger King and they say, "What's your name for your order?" I always give them a fake name. I don't feel like I'm morally obligated to give people my I don't give out my personal information to just any and every random stranger. I'm street smart. I'm street smart. I was raised in raggedy busted areas. I've never been a rich person. I've never been rich. So when you grow up around poverty and crime and organized crime, you start getting real street smart. And you don't just give your information out to just any and everybody. Why? What the fuck am I gonna give a stranger my real name for? What the fuck am I gonna give a stranger my real age for? What the fuck am I gonna give a stranger my real information at all? Fuck off. I'll tell you whatever the fuck I want. And whatever I tell you, that's what you roll with. Okay, so when you dealing with strangers, you don't have no obligation to them at all. And if they walking up and asking you, then you have a right to tell them whatever the fuck you want them to know. I'm street smart. I'm wise. I'm not going to just give out anybody's. I'm not just going to give a random stranger all my personal information. That is stupidity on your part. If you feel morally obligated, because at that point it's just morality. At that point, you're not morally obligated to give anyone anything involving your personal information on your driver's license. If they're not a badge and a gun asshole demanding with a flashlight your name and address, you have a legal right to give them a legal alias. Not to the police, you do have to tell them the actual name, but to a stranger, you can have a legal alias. And my alias is Anna Verdernikov Cooper, and that's all the fuck you got to know. That's it. Once I give that to you, that's it. You ain't got no other questions. Rusty said he's a lawyer. He said that he is a lawyer and you do not talk to the police. Ask any lawyer. My doctor's office don't even get my social security number. Foghorn, you're smart. Okay. Ask any lawyer. Why don't you call a lawyer and ask a lawyer, hey, lawyer, should I ever talk to the police? What is a lawyer gonna tell your dumb ass? Never talk to the police under no motherfucking circumstances. If they ask for your driver's license, you hand them your driver's license and then shut the fuck up, and that's it. When they start asking questions, yes, no sir, yes sir, that's it. Once that's done, sir, can I walk? Okay. You have to tell them the real name. When there's a police involved, you have to give your real name. Because if you give a fake name, then you're gonna be in trouble. So when there's the badge and the gun, asshole, give them your real name, but shut the fuck up after that. Give them as little information as possible. I remember when I was like, when I had first started driving, I was 21 years old, and I had got my first insurance card. And back then, what it said on the insurance card, I read it, and it was like, yeah, Michael Stevens said, I don't even like giving my info to cops if I don't have to. If you don't have to, avoid at all costs. So what I want to tell you is that when I had first got my insurance card, yeah, if I want to speak to my lawyer, is all you say. That's it. I would like to have an attorney present, sir. Okay. If it starts getting serious, I would like to have an attorney present. And then they shut the fuck up, and then you shut the fuck up, and then if they're gonna take you and Baker Act you, they just gonna take you and Baker Act you. But when it comes to me and the cops, as little as fucking possible. That's it. Name, date of birth, sir, can I go? And then if they got quiet and then they just grab you and fuck you up and beat you down and drag you off, then you know that they just gonna be an asshole about it. And that happens frequently when you don't want to talk to their ass. Then they get mad and just want to fuck you up for not talking to them. So what I want to say is that, what it said on the insurance card. The insurance card said if you ever get into an accident, do not admit fault. Back then we had some insurance called no fault. Okay, if you're from Florida and you're from the 90s, remember when we had no fault insurance? In Florida, it was called no fault. You had to have something called no fault, which means that if it ever happens, no, it's not my fault. And that was what it was called, no fault. Now we got something called PIP, personal injury protection, which is the minimum of the state requirement. But when it was no fault, it was very strict. It says your lawyer information is this and that. If you ever have an accident, says no, sir, is not my fault. Okay. Yeah, they break the law though, Foghorn. Cops break the law all the time. They feel like they're above the law. But what I wanted to say is when we had no fault insurance, it would be some lawyer's instructions on the back of your card. The lawyer, it would be they were represented by a law firm, and the law firm would tell you to shut the fuck up in so many legal jargon words. If you got asked, well, whose fault was it? No fault, sir. Here's my insurance card, and shut the fuck up from there. Once they get that insurance card, end the story. Sir, talk to the lawyer printed on the back of the insurance card, sir. At that point, you just refer their ass to the lawyer printed on the back of the card. And then you exchange insurance information and ask, can I politely just go? Once you ask to go, that's it, please. Okay. Okay, yeah, they they make problems for people. So once you done cleared that little squabble up over whatever the fuck the accident was, then ask, can you leave, get in your car, and get the fuck on out the scene. Okay. Don't never just be talking and running your mouth. Learn how to shut the fuck up sometimes. Sometimes people just talk so goddamn much, and talking will be your worst goddamn stupid ass fuck up. Learn how to shut the fuck up sometimes, trust me. You see some motherfuckers just talking and talking and talking, and then you walk past and it's like, motherfucker, shut the fuck up. Just shut. Yes and no, sir, is all you say to the motherfucking cops. What the fuck are you telling the narrative for? Shut the fuck up. Talk to my lawyer, sir. God damn, you don't know the basics? The basics is, sir, I would like for you to talk to my lawyer on the back of the insurance card. That's it. Okay. People got to start teaching their kids the basics. Some people don't know basics. That's basic life. Basic life means yes and no, sir. Sir, and if it gets serious and he's asking to me, sir, I would like to speak to my lawyer immediately. Okay? And that's when it ends. And then either you going to go or you going to walk. Okay? If he going to be nice about it, he going to let you walk. If he going to be an asshole about it, he just going to throw you into the Baker Act facility. If you're talking and running your goddamn mouth, that's when you gonna get fucked up. Shut the fuck up. If you ever get stopped by the cops, yes, sir, no, sir, talk to my lawyer if it gets even more serious. Always have a lawyer on hand at all times, especially when people are 911. It's called Legal Shield. It's called legal insurance. It's called prepaid legal. Based in Ada, Oklahoma. It's affordable. It's, you pay monthly on it. I always am armed with legal insurance. I keep a lawyer at all times for questions and concerns. You have to lawyer up immediately. When people are fucking around too much, you have to make sure that your lawyer is there for you to talk to. And if the lawyer is there to talk to, then you can get out of lockups quicker. Sometimes they drag on. If some things happen and they do drag on, but you'll get out of a lockup if you learn how to shut the fuck up. Okay. Okay. So no, lawyers are not that pricey like people think. Lawyers are not that pricey. Some of them are relatively cheap. Some of them, like, I used to know lawyers. I used to date a lawyer. There was some people called ticket lawyers. When people are ticket lawyers, they take on a lot of tickets. They're called ticket doctors or ticket lawyers. If you ever want to go into law school, don't go into criminal law. Because if you're representing criminals, a lot of times they don't have money. Okay. So what you need to do if you want to go into law, go into traffic or something that's frequent. When people got traffic, I done fought every traffic ticket I've ever got, which was only 2 in my entire life. I've represented myself in court and have always won. I ain't have no points or nothing. I've always represented myself. So, one day I'll teach you some little law strategies. I didn't actually sue people and won. I've never lost a case in court. Never. I've never lost no case representing myself. Okay. I've represented myself on several different cases, and I've always won. You have to educate yourself on the laws and know how to talk. And if you have Legal Shield, they could guide you through the process on how to represent yourself. It's called self-representation. You're your own lawyer, but only do that for like traffic or minor little shit. Okay, I'll give you a simple process while we're talking on laws and legals. Okay. When I first got a traffic ticket, it was I was in Broward County. Okay, so what happened was I was on my way to the ice cream shop in a good mood, and I had went through a school zone. I didn't know that it was a school zone because it was like what happened was I was doing like 55 in a 15-mile-per-hour school zone, which was a hefty fine. Well, I talked to my lawyer boyfriend. He said, here's what you're going to do. Do not pay the ticket because that's going to say that you're guilty and that's going to be points on your license. So what you're going to do, you're going to go ahead to the courthouse and file some paperwork. And then you're going to hope that the cop don't show up. This is how you're going to win. So what happened was, a lot of people don't know this. A lot of times the cops don't show up when you fight it in court because they don't want to fuck around with it. Okay. So what happens is you go to the court and some of them do show up, some of them don't show up. And then what they do when they get to the court, every single one that showed up to fight, they said, Your Honor, I don't recall the events. The other person would say what they had to say, because when you're in the court, you watch other people's cases. Okay, Rami James. You watch other people's cases, and then when the cop would show up, then the cop basically was nice, and he would say, "Your Honor, I honestly can't recall the events. For whatever reason, they just want the $50 to appear, because some of them get $50 to appear." Okay, but when they get there, they don't give a fuck about it anymore, because all they wanted is the money, and if they spending time, then they got to go to trial, and then they get less than $50 at that point, and then they're on their own, and then they don't give a fuck about it, and they just wanted the $50, and then they out. Okay. So then, when it got to my case, they said, the cop didn't show up. So when I got up to speak to Your Honor, I always, when you talk to the Your Honor and they ask you your name, and you say, "Yes, I'm AC, Your Honor." Always say Your Honor. Don't say yes, ma'am, or no, sir. Always give them very, very much respect. Your Honor. Yes, sir. Yes, no, not sir. Yes, Your Honor. And yes, hold your hands, keep your head up. Okay. So don't tell no lies, because they're gonna catch you. They know how to cross-examine you, and they know when you're lying and fucking up. So don't never try to lie in court, because you're gonna lose. Okay. So now what happened was the cop didn't show up, so the judge said case dismissed and threw it out. That's it. Case dismissed. Whatever. Once they say case dismissed, it ain't shit. You don't pay no money. It's dismissed. It's gone. It's history. Ain't shit gonna happen to you. So the second time I had went through a speed trap. I used to be a motherfucker that would drive real fast. I used to be one of those motherfuckers that be driving and flying. Okay. So I had went through a speed trap doing about 70 or 80 miles in a 55. We got a lot of 55 speed zones. I try to obey the speed zones, but sometimes I would just be zooming. Okay. So anyway, so I had went through the speed trap. He stopped me. And I told him by mistake, because I thought that it was proper to tell him. I told him, "Sir, I'm going to fight this in court." He got mad at that point, and I realized, don't ever say that shit. Just take the ticket and go. Don't ever make a warning like that. Because he was nice at first, and then when I said that shit, then he got mad. Then I realized, oh shit, I should have took my own advice, shut the fuck up and go. Once I said that to him, his eyes got big and he got angry. And he said, "Well, I'm going to appear in court." And then I said, "Okay, sir." And I realized that I had made a stupid ass mistake at that point. So what happened was, I was worried about that, because if the motherfucker was showing up, he was going to be mad, because I had made that comment. Never tell the motherfucker that you're going to see him in court. Never say that shit. Learn from Florida Power 8. Shut the fuck up and go. Okay. Don't make no, because that could have been viewed in his mind as a petty threat. Don't never threaten nobody when the motherfucker got a badge and a gun. Oh, total respect on that motherfucker with the badge and the gun. Trust me on that. Anytime I've been wilding out, that's the only time I've been, locked up. But it's just because when you wilding out and it's violent, then you don't have no choice but wilding out. And if they catch you in the middle of some Action Jackson shit, then you ain't got no explanation. You're Action Jackson and fighting. When somebody fighting and Action Jacksoning, it's hard to get control of yourself. Wigs crooked and everybody fighting and cussing. It's hard to get control for standing, "Yes, sir, no, sir." You mad than a motherfucker and you screaming. Okay, so it's just, it's just the way things be popping off. Okay? They catch you in the middle of action, running down Crutchfield, screaming and cussing, busting out a door, running, fighting. Of course you're going to get locked up. But if they just see you walking down Crutchfield peacefully, ain't shit popping off. They just keep it moving. Okay? Okay. So let me say this. Okay. So what happened with the speed trap? And if you don't know what a speed trap is when they hide behind some bushes or, you know, hide behind a billboard and you don't see them hiding, and they set up a trap for you to drive through, and they clock your speed, and you don't realize that they clocking you, and then next thing you got lights behind you, and you don't realize that somebody was just waiting and set you up in a speed trap. So I had went through the speed trap. So what happened was the cop had he didn't show up in court actually, and I had a clean driving record. So the judge said your driving record is clean, so no points on your license, case dismissed. That was it. Just pay court costs. I had to pay $70 court costs. I had the $70. I paid it and walked. Okay. Paid the $70. Got out of that one too. I be getting out of them. I tried to tell people never pay a traffic ticket. Always fight it in court. Always fight your traffic ticket. Don't never pay it. Because the minute you pay it, that means that you're admitting guilt. Once you admit guilt on something, that means fines and fees and court costs. That also means that you got points, and you don't want points because that's going to raise your insurance up. So don't never just give them the money. I knew a lot of people that would just give them money. What the fuck are you doing? You got to fight it in court. Oh my gosh, you just paid that? That means you admitted guilt. What the fuck are you doing? People would say, well, that's what it says on the back of the ticket. Just mail in $350 and it's gone. No, motherfucker, no. You just fucked yourself up. That means you just admitted guilt. That means you got points now on your license. Motherfucker, don't never do that again. I be pleading with motherfuckers. Please don't just send money to the goddamn city. Please don't do that. You admitting guilt. Don't ever admit no motherfucking guilt. Always plead innocent. Say you innocent, motherfucker. Say you're innocent. Then they start saying, well, but it really did happen. They really did go through the stoplight. But motherfucker, if the cop don't show up, you walk in and you ain't got no fines and penalties. What the fuck you thinking? No, but they said that you have to go and pay the fine. But you don't pay the fine. Fight it in court. And I mean, I done gave up. Every time I try to tell somebody how to fight it in court, they say they just gonna pay it so they can just go make it go away. Bitch, do you realize once you pay it, those points gonna be on your license for 7 to 10 years? Your insurance is gonna go up about $50 to $100 for 10 years. That's thousands and thousands of dollars for that one fuck up. Don't be a dumbass. Don't pay that money for that minor fuck up. God damn, that's points, bitch. That's a moving violation. Know the law. You don't know that either? God damn, what you watching? Hype House, Sway House? What the fuck you watching all day? God damn, what the fuck are you watching? Nothing that you're learning from, obviously. What did your mother and father teach you? Oh, they just said pay it. What? Oh my gosh. Hey, Senior Romance. Wow. Young folk ain't learning shit nowadays. Young people ain't learning the goddamn things. They don't read, they don't research, they don't ask, they don't call lawyers. They just do dumb shit all the time. But I blame people like YouTube when they don't give people educational content of real motherfuckers living life and teaching people on life lessons. They ain't got shit to learn from. What they gonna learn from? And I love Jeffree Star, but I gotta bash his ass. Only thing he's teaching you is makeup palette slinging. Walk through my tour, my mansion. Well, he got money. So, but what are you going to do when you got issues? You sure in the fuck can't call Jeffree Star. He's not your fucking friend. So who is better of a friend for you, me or Jeffree Star? Who's going to help your ass with some educational life lessons? Certainly not no rich motherfucker like a Jeffree Star. When you homeless or busted and broke, he going to walk right over you. Trust me on that. You think if he saw you, is he going to buy you a chicken meal to keep your ass alive? You can tell that type of motherfucker ain't going to do shit for no broke, busted motherfucker. When somebody's spending that type of money on clothes and jewelry and makeup, they just don't give a fuck about the next motherfucker, and it's obvious. So dumb motherfuckers from YouTube, stop promoting uneducational bullshit all the time. I love Jeffree Star. I love his content when it's good. But it gets boring when it's 50 Jeffree Stars out there. When it's a James Charles and all these other motherfuckers, all they doing is spending money. What the fuck are you gonna do when you don't have money? Are you gonna feel good about yourself when you living under a tree and you just recharged your phone at McDonald's and the only person you got to watch is a motherfucker in a mansion spending millions of dollars on clothes and shoes? What the fuck are you doing? You're under a tree or you're at a crack hotel and you just had to eat out of a microwave oven, some ramen, some goddamn bowl of noodles. Okay, now is that going to be fun content when you are broken and busted and you need something stimulating to uplift you, a survivalist motherfucker that you can relate to? No, but if they gonna hide Florida Pie '08 while you down and out, at least you could have rocked with Florida Pie '08 on some real motherfucking shit at that time. Trust me, when I would get out the lockup and all you see is makeup palette slinging bitches, I'd be mad than a motherfucker. Please show a real motherfucker that I can relate to. I need to see a struggling motherfucker. I need to look at some old videos if they were struggling and now they're doing better. I need some motivational motherfucker, a motherfucker that worked hard and then he got laid off because of the coronavirus. Now he's struggling and fucked up. I need a real motherfucker to watch, not always a makeup slinging palette bitch, please. You gotta have variety, YouTube. You can't have models and actresses and singers and makeup slinging palette bitches all day. Please show some real motherfuckers and not no fake motherfuckers living a fake ass life. Because you can tell, because we know the streets, somebody that's really from the streets will be able to spot a fake motherfucker's act out in a minute. If you only promoting fake commercials, we gonna be hip to it because a real motherfucker is gonna know another real motherfucker. We gonna know the look of the real motherfucker. We gonna know it. And every motherfucker from California, we ain't buying that. If we from Florida, we got to find a Floridian, a real motherfucker, a real motherfucking Floridian, a real motherfucking Michigander, a real motherfucker that we can relate to. Ain't no motherfucking real motherfuckers out there. Who in the fuck is the real? Who is the realest bitch on the YouTube? And be honest. Be honest with it. Be honest. Okay, the Kardashians is just some silly fake ass shit. That just be silly fake ass shit. When you locked up and you ain't got shit else to do, that's the realest fake ass shit that you can get close enough to for some entertainment content. But once you get out of lockup and you see all they doing is selling makeup palettes, you diss their ass real quick and go look for some real motherfuckers. And it ain't hardly no real motherfuckers left on no motherfucking YouTube. Next realest motherfucker is that Kevin Burrell going through some real motherfucking mind game shit. At least you could tell he's a real motherfucker struggling on his bullshit. And I can relate to his ass at certain points, but not when it comes to Christianity. That's part of his goddamn problem. I'm going to smoke this last cigar. I want to sit alone and think. I be sitting alone and thinking all the time. Also, I got to edit the Frankenstein video. I got to edit Frankenstein. The youngsters pissing me off. Young people arguing with me, telling me that Frankenstein was not real. I'm not even going to talk about Frankenstein on this video. Frankenstein, I'm about to edit the Frankenstein video and post it probably before I go to bed. It's probably not going to post until tomorrow. I got to edit the Frankenstein video and it's going to take a long fucking time. My editor, once I put all the shit in, it'll be taking anywhere from 6 to 8 hours to process. I put the shit in, it takes me about an hour. Okay, go to the Goddess Fifi 08 for the witchcraft videos. Go to the Goddess Fifi 08 for the witchcraft videos. They're on there. They're on there. The Frankenstein video is going to be on the witchcraft channel. It's not really witchcraft, but it's about Halloween. I want the kids to start dressing up as mad doctors and mad scientists. Actually, honey, I don't sage. I don't sage at all. I burn incense and candles. I believe in burning incense and candle burnings. I don't really fuck with the sage. I be seeing witches that be bragging about the sage, but I don't be fucking with that. The if you go to my main, if you go to Florida Pie '08 on the channel, where it says my other channels or channels, it should say the Goddess Fifi '08. I want everybody to go to the Goddess Fifi '08, go and subscribe to the Goddess Fifi '08, because I might want to start doing lives on the Goddess Fifi '08. I'm not sure. I don't know what I want to do with the direction of the Goddess Fifi '08 all the time. I be, okay, my mind is heavy on. My mind is heavy on the mad doctors. When my mind be heavy on a certain subject matter, I ran and rave about it for a few, days or weeks, and then I move on to another subject topic. My mind is always busy about mad doctors and mad scientists, just because that's what I went through. This is real life. This is not scripted. Ask Mr. Stevens. I lived across from him for damn near half a decade. I don't live in no studio house. I'm not the content house. And I'm sorry, I'm about to go unsubscribe to all of those YouTubers that are just in big houses to make content. I've realized something: when somebody is just pushed in a house to just make content, their content is not relatable. And I'm going to have to just go and unsubscribe to everybody except for that boy Jackson. I can't, it's not for my age group. It's not my genre. They are I'll say the positive things about them. They're good looking boys. They're the Sway House boys, the Hype House boys. They're good looking boys, but they can't be on my computer anymore. I can't relate to that content. It's not for me. And I'm sure it's for somebody that's young. Okay, Chokes, bye. Bye. Hate to see you go. Okay, so I'm going to go and clean my subscribers up. I'm just going to have to unsubscribe to all those Hype House boys and Sway House boys. I'm sorry. I can't be a part of their number game. And as long as I'm sub to them, that's part of their actual subscribers. I do love them to a certain degree. They're young boys. They're learning. They're just young children. They're under 30. That means they're kids. They're just growing up. I've been young before. I understand. They're just being silly young kids. That's what kids do. Kids make silly content. That's what children do. Okay? And I'm not dissing them, but they're under 30, obviously, so they're kids. I just missed your comment. Ash will be back. Ash will be back. Don't worry. She'll be on here. I just talked to the CPS today. She'll be back. Actually, faster than I'm able to handle. Actually, I'm actually telling them to slow down with this shit. Please slow down. I'm not ready for it yet. Ash. Oh, okay. I'm just going to melt my heart. Okay. Yeah. Ash will be back on the YouTube. Trust me on that. Ash will be back. Ash be wilding out, though. She's very wilding out. She's out of control wilding out. The grandmother seems to have more of a control over her. Ashy. Yeah, look, Ash be on the wild out. She is a wild child. And I'll tell you something real quick about Ash. Okay, as a witch, when you Ash, sir, thank you. We'll talk about Ash real quick. Ash will scream if she don't get video time. She loves watching herself on videos. She loves watching herself. I used to have her under a fake screen name. And then she would just say, I want to watch Ashy. Yeah, she's made for the camera, Chokes. So she was always demanding to be on the YouTube. She was always demanding to be on the YouTube. Ash got her personality. I'll tell you a little secret. Okay, so as a witch, when I was growing up, I was told that when you have a witchcraft goddess cat, then you would give birth to the cat. Okay, so she's supposed to be Goddess Katie Lynn Chat, my cat. So, according to old legend, when a female witch gives birth to the firstborn daughter is going to be the reincarnated version of the cat, Chat Chat. When she was old enough to talk, I would ask her, "Are you Chat Chat or Ash?" She would tell me that she was the cat, Chat Chat. She said she was mad at the cat, Chat Chat. She would want to beat her up and punch her in the face. And because she said that she didn't like that body shape anymore. She was always mad, and I would ask her personal questions to see if she could remember certain incidents in our life as a cat, Chat Chat. She would say that she was, and then the next day she would tell me, "No, mommy, I'm not really Chat Chat. I'm just Ash." Then the next day I would ask her something else. She would say that she was Chat Chat. Goddess Katie Lynn of Jax has several nicknames. See, some people don't realize this about Siamese cats. Siamese cats have a vocal cord like they got vocal cords like parrots, or what do you call those, cockatoos. They actually got vocal cords. So when I had first got my Siamese cat, she would always talk. She could say mama, she could say eat, she could say just about three things, and then she could chirp when she saw birds, she could cluck. She had all different types of sound mechanisms. So I started calling her Chatty because she would literally just walk around talking all fucking day. She would go from room to room just saying mama, 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 and it would be irritating and annoying and distracting. I would tell Chat Chat, please be quiet. I would call her Chatty, please be quiet. She would still just mama, mama, mama. And I would I would beg her, please be quiet. Please stop doing that all day. I miss her. Don't let me cry about her little. Okay, so finally when she got older, she settled down from that. Okay. Thank you, Steve. Okay, she is a smart kiddo. So what happened was the little Chat Chat, I started calling her Chat Chat. Okay, because she was so talkative. Okay, she was always chirping, clucking, mama, 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 and then when she was just a very chatty Chat Chat. Okay, and French is cat cat. I'll tell you something real quick about myself. When I was raised up in Michigan, a lot of people don't realize that Canada, when you go across the border, is French. Okay. Je suis la femme la plus heureuse au monde. Avoir. That means I'm the happiest woman in the world. Bye. Okay. So when I was about 8 years old, I started learning French. Bonjour, comment allez-vous? Fais très bien, merci, toi. Okay. Merci, un, deux, trois, quatre, cinq. Okay, so I started learning French from TV Ontario on Channel 9. Okay, so I used to watch the French Sesame Street and I would learn French. And then when I started getting older and I started going over to Windsor, Ontario, sometimes you would get in certain areas of Canada and all they could speak is French. Okay, so what happened was, no, I know French from living up there near Canada. That's where I was raised, up there near Canada, where they only speak French. The second language is French, but if you go into certain areas, all they speak is French. Okay, so you got to know some basic French in order to survive. So you gotta learn French if you're gonna go to Canada, because when you go into certain areas away from the main streets, everything is in French, and if you don't know how to read or speak French, you're gonna be fucked. So when I was younger, I could speak French better because I was up there and I had time to practice all the time. So I could speak French all the time with, Canadians. Okay. So I had opportunities to speak with them. One of the things that they would do whenever I would speak French, they would just bust out laughing and they would run up and grab me and kiss me on my cheek at my struggling ass French. They could see that I was just struggling with my French and they would just laugh hilariously. The whole family would just look at me and bust out laughing at my raggedy ass French. They would be so happy that at least I was trying. They really would. They would. Some of them that could speak English, they would say, "Well, thank you for at least trying," because it's so annoying when people that are from America, they just run up to us speaking English. That's so rude to us. They are so rude that when they just run up and speak English. What in the world are they running up to me speaking English for? They know I'm French. So if you didn't do that and they knew you were American, then they would be appreciative that you at least are trying to speak with them in their native language. So if you ever go around French people, don't just run up to them speaking English. That's not their language. And if you're just running around yelling at English at French people, they're going to be looking at you like, why is this wild and out person saying all this shit that we don't speak? They're going to be mad and irritated, and you're going to be known as the ugly American, because that's what they would call people. Those ugly Americans are just yelling English everywhere. So then they would see the pretty American that would just, bonjour, bonjour, comment allez-vous? Comment allez-vous? Okay, and then they would say, then they would look and they would start laughing, and they would just start kissing. They would give me money. They would start talking in French. The little kids would be running around, and it would just be so funny to them. Whatever the fuck would be funny about that. It would always happen to every French person I would do that to. Even at the McDonald's drive-through, they would just bust over laughing. They would just bust out laughing. They would just be covering their mouth laughing at the raggedy French of this American. What the fuck is this person? They could understand it, and then if they could speak a little English, they would help me out. But mainly, if you ever go around French people, please don't do that to them. They will be very irritated. They're humans too, and they got pride and they got culture that they love. And if you're not gonna at least learn basic French, please don't go around them, because they're going to be mad at you for being a goddamn American dumbass idiot. Once you leave America, it is no longer English. Once you cross that border, you better be prepared to speak French when it's necessary. Don't just go around speaking English because it's not their language. I didn't stress that to you. If you want to make friends and you want to be loved by them, you have to at least speak French. Now, when they go over to America, when they be at our raggedy ass neighborhood shopping, buying our cheap goods, then they're on our turf, and that's when they know that we dominate. Now we gonna speak English, okay? But even then, if I see them and I speak to them, I say bonjour. Bonjour is the word for hello. Bonjour. Au revoir is the word for goodbye. So if you at least say hello, bonjour. Bonjour. Don't try to fake the accent. Just say bonjour. That's hello in French. Okay. I'm always respectful of everybody's culture. When I was in Mexico, I speak Spanish. I always speak in their, when you're in somebody else's country, always speak in their language first. When you approach them, if you're in a Spanish speaking area, speak in Spanish first. Okay. When you're in French area, speak in French first. If they know you're struggling and you barely can speak, somebody around will see that and will respect you. But if you go to somebody and they don't speak that English, then you are very rude to them and they don't like it. The same way when they get to America and they walk up to somebody speaking Spanish and then they be like, go the fuck back to Mexico, you can't even speak English. It's the same way how you're going to be treated. Yeah, you speak whatever they speak, that's what you speak. And then you start learning. And then they'll start and then when I was in Michigan, the stuff would be in French and English. So I would look at an apple and I would say pomme, Pomme. That means apple. In Spanish is manzana. Okay. So then you when you get something and it's in French and English, then you always compare the two, and you read the English first, then you read the French second, and then you become bilingual. So anything that you touch, if it's as long as it's in two languages, you always read the English first, and then you read the second language. And that way you know how to read and you know how to speak, and it just becomes natural based on your region. That's how people become bilingual. When you live there, obviously you're learning, right? So instead of watching English TV, I would watch TV Ontario on Channel 9, so I could familiarize myself with French. Okay. Okay, hey Breezy. Thank you. Yeah, some people remember my Mexico. Yeah, when I was in Mexico, they would be hooping and hollering and screaming. Mexico was fun like that. It was always some man screaming and hooping and hollering. Hola, ¿cómo está? Hola, ¿cómo está? Okay. I always think I sound like Speedy Gonzalez when I speak Spanish. Where's Jade? Oh my gosh. Vernon and Jade are the double teamed assholes. Never seen, you never thought of that way to learn a language? Yeah, it's just a simple trick how to learn languages. I bet you it's a lot of people in Detroit that can't speak a word of French. And what is Detroit? Detroit is a French word. It's actually pronounced Detroit. Okay, so Detroit is Detroit. Okay, when in niggers will say Detroit, but in French it's Detroit, 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 Detroit. It means water, river. Okay, okay. So in Detroit, if you know Detroit, it's a French word. Okay, so everything was in French. You got Saint Clair is French, and then everything. But what is it? So many. I can't even think of all the different French words. I can't think because I'm not in that region anymore. So by me not being in that region, I don't be speaking French. Obviously, I don't speak French when I'm not in the region. What the fuck for? Not in that region, so I got other things to think about. I don't have to think in French. When I'm in that region, I think in French and I think in English. Okay. Thank you, Miss Chokes. She says I'm very educated. And I'll tell you something very funny and fascinating. Now here in Florida, we got our own language. Okay. Thank you. Least Chokes is learning. Okay. Now a lot of people from Florida don't realize this, but we got our own language. Breezy speaks English, Spanish, Arabic, and Portuguese. After I finish this cigar, I'm gonna get off because I try to make my lives only about an hour, a little bit over an hour. We're always almost at an hour, guys. So Florida got its own language. Okay. Yeah, you get to interact with me and everything. Okay. So what happened was the Florida language is actually created by the Seminole Indians. Okay. So when you see Okeechobee, Opelika, Seminole, what's the other thing? Tallahassee. Hey, Christopher. Hey. Okay. Okay, so what happened with, okay, when you see Opelika, Okeechobee, Tallahassee, okay, all that Oka, and then that Tallahassee, Ohio. Okay, that's how you speak the language of Florida. We got our own language. So when you're saying Okeechobee, or you're saying Opelika, or you're saying Tallahassee, you're speaking Florida language. That's our language that you're speaking. So you say, okay, that's Tallahassee. Okay, what does that mean? Okay, we got our own language. I'm gonna actually learn. I'm gonna teach you the Florida language one day. This is created. The Seminole tribe is the original people of Florida, and they created their own language because they were a tribe of Indians. Yeah, Opelika. That's the Florida language. That's the Florida language. Yeah. So if you want to learn Floridian, because that's our language, we got our own language. Okay, but it's not. It's not that. It's definitely not worldwide. Florida, just by being a little state, obviously. But if you're a linguistic person, I'm a polyglot. I like to learn all different languages. So if you're into all different languages, you might want to look up the Florida language. Thank you, Breezy. She said, oh, she said that she liked my dark wigs. Might want to look up the Florida language. Actually, we're going to have some fun. We're going to start learning the Florida language. I'm going to start printing it out because I'm not fluent in the Florida language myself. Okay. Thank you, Senior. Says that it makes me look exotic. Okay. The trolls are here. This troll is named Vernon Rapp. Somebody, Rusty was asking, where's the trolls? Vernon is here. It's not Jade tonight. He's actually on the lookout for Jade. I noticed that when Vernon is around, he's always looking for Jade. And Vernon and Jade are buddies. Vernon and Jade are buddies. When somebody is trolling her, Miss Chokes. How am I pronouncing your name right? Is it Chokes, like choke? Okay, Breezy said they're probably the same person. Actually, they've been in here at the same time, Breezy. Actually, Vernon and Jade have been in here at the same time. So they can't be the same person. I was wondering that myself, Breezy. Oh, your name is from South Park. Okay, guys. My cigar is almost done. I'm about to get ready to end this. If you guys look, you can see my hands are healing up. As you can look right there, you can see the yellow coming into my hands. I'm actually healing up. I'm actually healing up, guys. My skin looks a little bit darker today, but when you're bleaching your skin, sometimes when your skin is healing, sometimes that dark melanin comes up, then you have to bleach it back down. And it's just that my dark melanin is coming back up, and I have to bleach it back down a little bit. Close to home. What is that? I'm hitting a close to home looking at her. What's my nationality? Polynesian. I just say that I'm the extremely mad Russian.com. Okay, I'm gonna say this to you, Breezy, and then I'm gonna go. I'm working on the Frankenstein video tonight. The one little button, the wish list is not complete. We're just gonna do Ash's room first. What that button is on the website, I just did that button last night, and that was all I had enough strength to do. I put the button there. That's just for donations, immediate donations. The button is there for donations. If you click on the button will take you to my donation page for the people that want to do okay. For the people that's wanting to know about the donation button, I did the donation button last night. I am the webmaster. Okay, I am the thank you. Okay, I'm the webmaster. I'm the one that did the button. Okay, the button is just for immediate donations. I'm gonna do the Frankenstein edit tonight so I could get the Frankenstein video up. Once I get the Frankenstein video up, I'll go back to the website to put the wish list up. Okay. Don't do nothing, Breezy, until the wish list is up. Don't send no donations until the wish list is up. It's better. So just give me another day. I'm going to finish Frankenstein tonight. I'm going to edit the Frankenstein video. Yeah, it goes right to me, Breezy. If you donate, it goes right to me. Goes right into my bank account. Okay. So, yeah, I love Azealia Banks. I love Azealia Banks. Yes, I love her. Yes, I've talked to her before. I know Azealia Banks from New York. Yeah, I know her. Okay, so anyway, guys, I got to get off of here. It's getting too long. It's already an hour into it. So live fiercely, love viciously. And remember, atheism is unstoppable. Bye, guys.